Łazienki Park, Łazienki Park Królewskie. Those names mean something to everyone in Poland. This green expanse is inseparable from the history not only of Warsaw, but of the country. It is here that leisure time is spent by families, friends, lovers, students, and sportsmen. It's a park for everyone, but it didn't start out that way. It started out as the very special province of the Lubomirski family. Later, King Poniatowski made the park his own, and it was really during the late 18th century that the greater proportion of buildings were constructed. There is the Palace on the Water, of course, a classic building of its kind, not only in Poland, but in Europe. The palace seems to float on an island in its reflecting pools. Meanwhile, the 70-odd park is a conglomeration of forest and lake and sculpted gardens, dominated on one end by the ancient Ujazdowski castle and on the other by the Belvedere Palace, the residence of the president. The park remains the greenest spot in any city in Poland, and as a park comparable to the best of those in any capital in Europe. So sit back as Poland Daily Travel takes you for a tour of the highlights of Łazienki Park in the heart of beautiful downtown Warsaw. Poland Daily Travel brings you the best and most comprehensive programming about travel in Poland that you're ever likely to find. Watch Poland Daily Travel and like us on YouTube, and if you really like us, subscribe. So let's watch A Walk in the Park with Poland Daily Travel in Łazienki Królewskie in beautiful downtown Warsaw. Hello everybody and welcome back to Poland Daily. I'm here with Peter and we are standing in front of a very famous statue of a very famous man. A man whose name is inseparable with the name of Poland, and that would be
Frederick Chopin.
Yeah, and it looks just like him, doesn't it?
Quite much, yeah,
quite
alike.
Actually, what is this tree? It's a tree.
Yeah. A lot of people would say that it's looking like a head of a dinosaur that's trying to bite him.
A pterodactyl.
Exactly, something flying with its open beak. What originally the author wanted to show you is the weeping willow tree that is very strongly affected by the wind blows. This is why it's not presented in a classy way with the branches going down, but as you can see, very strongly being affected by these wind blows. The thing is that if I have a sack of gold and I have prepared it for you as my sculpture, then you would be having an urge that you would, I could say, have an idea to present a pianist standing next to a golden piano or something like this. In here, Frederick Chopin has this very characteristic gesture with his right hand that's indicating that he is a pianist. You can see that from the very first moment. But he's sitting under the weeping willow, not is he having the piano next to him.
Is there some symbolism?
Because Frederick Chopin is born, even though the surname suggests France, then Frederick is born in Poland, around 60 kilometers away from Warsaw. And what's underlined here...
What's the name of the place?
Żelazowa Wola.
Which is also a famous place to go and see, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll go there.
A pleasure of mine it will be to show you around.
That'd be good.
The thing is that if it comes to underlining his, let's say, one particular feature, it's that he's Polish. Weeping willow is a very common tree for the landscape of this region. And it is. You will see
by the water.
But next to the water, if we would go to Żelazowa Wola, the birthplace of Frederick, there are plenty all around the place. But this is one thing. The second thing is that this Chopin's surname. Right, this is very, very important for everyone. I mean, I assume that you know it, but for the audience, for everyone else, Chopin is a 100% French surname.
Well, I figured it was.
And I'm not going to try to convince anyone else that is otherwise.
It's not Chopinsky.
Exactly.
Or Chopinovich.
Exactly, which that would be pretty much the Polish conversion of that surname. Chopin's...
Like Wilski.
Well, Richardson. Rather, Will Richardson, that's what would be you in Polish version. The thing is that Chopin is coming from his father's time, right? Nicolas Chopin is the gentleman that eventually came to Poland and set his family that Frederick was the member of.
Right, okay.
One thing for the end, if I may. This whole place, the gentleman of ours will help us out in terms of presenting everything, is prepared to commemorate Frederick in the very best way that is possible, to play his music to the people. So,
right, because they have concerts here.
Yes.
It's starting soon, isn't it?
It's usually the first warmer days, I should say second half of May, starting, ending the second half of September.
Right.
It's a weekly event.
So it's just really a summer thing. Yeah.
It is a summer thing.
Sunday afternoon.
I mean, let me share one insight. If you are a pianist, then stiffness of your fingers in winter may become a serious problem in terms
outside
of
here.
Absolutely, yes.
So it's only when it's really warm, and it's Sunday afternoon.
Noon and 4 p.m. 2 concert sessions.
Right here.
Each lasting 40 minutes right here in this spot.
And the piano is here next to the statue.
Absolutely.
Usually.
You have two platforms, one to the left, one to the right.
Yeah.
The one on the left contains speakers. The one on the right will be the place where the piano is brought.
And the place gets filled up, doesn't it? I mean, it's hard to get a bench, isn't it?
If you would think that you'll come quarter to noon or quarter to 4 and you'll have a place to fit in, you couldn't have been more wrong.
I've been here when it's totally standing room and the whole place is absolutely packed out.
Speaking
all of the grass and everywhere.
Very directly, people do take an advantage of this. If it's beautiful weather, they even come in here to take a nap.
Yeah.
If they are not, let's say, very much interested in the music, right? Because it's a family event. It's very popular. Everyone's is respecting it.
Super. Okay, so the Chopin concerts are right here, right in this space, every Sunday afternoon from towards the end of May to the middle of September, and at noon and 4 p.m. And the admission is...
Everyone's invited, commemorating the greatest pianist in Poland.
It costs nothing, except getting here.
And will to come.
Okay, stay with us. Poland Daily, we're going on. So here we are back again, and I promised you two famous people. We've just had Frederick Chopin. The other man is absolutely inescapable. Frederick Chopin of the 19th century. This gentleman, and I mean this tour de force. Gentleman is not enough to describe this man. Is the towering figure in Poland of the early 20th century. Certainly the pre-World War II period and the interwar period. And his name is?
Józef Piłsudski, the Marshal.
Give us your 2 cents.
And before we'll speak about him, there is a very, very important piece of knowledge that is supposed to be introduced for the start. Poland is having a very, very busy history.
Right.
And we need to bring the piece of that history starting with 1795, because this is a very, very grim moment that Poland is not on the map anymore for 123 years. And then, if we...
To the end of World War I, 1918.
Exactly. So my next words were about to be that it's 123 plus 1795, 1918 is the date. The end of the First World War, as you said, and the moment that Poland is moved a bit to the west and brought back to the map. The case is that it would not be possible if it's not for the efforts of Marshal Józef Piłsudski.
Right.
Let's say that you are a director of sales and you want to bring a sales team together. It lasts sometimes even up to 2 years. Then let's say that you have a government together after over a century of not existing, of having the Polish guys, Polish brainy guys, living abroad. You need to get them back, working together, and then to create Polish lands and Polish administration once again. Tough mission, but put into realization with a very firm hand. That's something to be underlined. The thing is that once you're looking at Mr. Marshall, then you see that he has this thick moustache and very serious look in the eye.
Yeah.
The truth is that
That's his normal portrayal. Yeah.
This is his normal steady face, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that very, very often people link him with Joseph Stalin because of that similar appearance.
Yeah.
The thing is that we should...
That's just the look of that time now. Yeah.
You may say so. The thing is that these two guys are completely different. They are
they came at the Soviet Revolution from two different ways.
Yeah.
One of them was leading it, Stalin,
and the second one was
preventing it. Battle of Warsaw, the 1920-21 war.
Absolutely.
Where they actually came up against each other because Stalin was one of the lieutenants.
Yes.
In that battle, he was with Budjenny and the cavalry.
I confirm everything. That you say. We call it as the Vistula miracle. 1920 is the time that the Bolsheviks are coming to Europe. There is a theory that if Polish people would not have stopped it, then the Soviet Union, as we know it, would end up in Portugal.
Well, they would have gone straight to the English Channel, etc. And swept over the whole continent.
And then who knows?
There was nothing in Germany. Weimar was in tatters. Germany was in tatters after the war. The Weimar Republic had come in. They had hyperinflation. The country was destitute.
They would take over.
Yeah, and they had no resistance. It's odd to think the difference between 1918 and 1939, because in 1939, of course, the Luftwaffe and the Wehrmacht were these supposedly unstoppable forces.
They were
totally different in 1920. 21. The Polish army was the army which was virile and able to put a stop to these literally hordes of invaders from the east. That time immemorial game of invasion by hordes from the east, which had happened with the Tatars, and this was like almost recalling those times.
I would say that there is a long, long time ago, Poland used to be called as the Wall of Christianity.
Right.
And in this way, not protecting Christianity anymore, but protecting the political order that has been achieved. We are once again blocking the forces coming to Europe and keeping them out.
Well, there you are. Poland Daily. We're here at the statue of Joseph Pilsudski. Joseph Pilsudski.
Well, I'm giving you a great amount of points for trying to speak Polish. You're really, I respect you.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Thanks a lot. At any rate, folks, thanks for watching. This is Poland Daily. We're at Łazienki Park, and that's it for now. Stay tuned. Like us on YouTube and subscribe. Each one of these series of episodes is like one long documentary film. So if you come in the beginning of the episode about Łazienki Park, there's 7 episodes. So it's like one long documentary. In this case, a walk through the park with my friend Peter. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
And we'll look for you next time. Hip. See you around. Come on.
See you, of course.